99.1 FM, CKXS. Saturday morning is back, and that means it's time to learn a little bit about real estate today. So our buddy Pete Allaer joins us from Riverside Realty. How are you today?
Good, Greg. How are you?
Doing okay. Thanks. I'm getting ready for Mother's Day.
Yes.
You got big plans?
Well, I
You want to have big plans,
I
but
want to go see my mom, but I can't. She's at the Oaks,
right.
So we're still restricted. But my mother is 95 years old.
Crazy.
Yes, and healthy as can be. And I'm going to definitely make sure I call her. We had her set up on an iPad and doing some FaceTime.
Right.
So
right.
I might. I'm hoping maybe that's still working. Last time I tried, she had it messed up a bit, but she's been figuring it out amazingly enough, and it's pretty cool actually when you're, FaceTiming her on her iPad, and it's actually quite interesting, like how much more engaging it is than just a phone call.
No question, I agree.
Yeah.
Seeing each other does make a change. Do you think that our kids say the same thing about us, Pete? That when my kids see me FaceTiming with them on my iPad, that they hang up and afterwards like, oh, my dad is really getting the hang of this. Do you think our kids do that to us too?
Probably. They're probably going, well, he's advancing well when it comes to technology.
Dad didn't hit mute that entire time. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, happy Mother's Day to your mom and to all the moms that are out there that are getting ready for
Absolutely.
tomorrow. I know it's going to be a little bit different. I can't believe. I mean, last year we said, okay, this Mother's Day is going to be a little bit different, but next year, well, that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
And we're still not there
Still
yet.
there.
But it's not stopping real estate, so let's get into it today. Do you want to jump in and go kind of the elephant in the room is holding offers? I think that's one of the big topics right now.
Yeah,
right?
I thought I would. Let's talk about what the market is doing today, where it's at. Has it changed in the last 3 to 6 months? First of all, we have more listings than we had January, February. I think what happened, it's such a phenomenon, and you can always say what happened. You can never necessarily say what's going to happen.
Right.
You can predict what's going to happen, but really, we analyze literally month to month, week to week right now on what has been happening. So January, February was a unbelievably crazy time. Much crazier than it is right now.
Really?
Yes.
In what way? So what was the craziness?
So I think the craziness was, in the fall, like coming up to Christmas, there was buyers and the market was going up, and buyers were thinking, oh my God, I got to buy. I need to buy something now because, in 3 months it'll be more money. And when January, February hit, we had a whole pile of buyers. And as soon as the listing came up, it was just like roadkill with vultures. I mean, it was just like boom. I mean, it was unbelievable. The showings, the offers was just crazy. And then I think, so you had all these buyers that were just thinking, I just have to buy something now, because if I don't buy it now, it's going to be even crazier in a month or 2 months or 3 months. And people were probably thinking, oh, spring is always quite, spring's always the crazy time. The time to buy real estate is January, February. That's always been the rule. So all these buyers thought, well, I'm going to buy now when it's a good time to buy because it's January, February, even though everybody thought the same thing. And of course, sellers tend to say, well, I'm not going to list in January, February. That's not a very good month to list. I'll wait till, March, April. So we had lack of listings, all these buyers, the perfect storm hit. And if we look back to January, February, it was just like unbelievable. Tons of showings and offers and way over and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I think the sellers were like, holy cow, like, look at what's happening. Like real estate is just crazy. And all these sellers decided all of a sudden, I guess we better get our stuff on the market here, right? So then it reversed a little bit, that the supply has come up some, and the demand has actually, I'd say, it hasn't necessarily softened, but it's softened in the ratio between supply and demand. It's gotten a little more in check. So I guess I'd say January, February were crazy. March, April we started to get a few more listings. So it wasn't, we went from, well, I don't know, let's say 20 showings or 25 showings, maybe to 10 to 15 showings. We went from 10 plus offers to maybe 5 offers. So it kind of slowed a bit. Right now, but the first 10 days, call it, of May, we had a few listings that we didn't get offers on the holding period. So we held the period, didn't get, we had, 10 showings, didn't get offers. A couple of those things have happened. I guess the moral of the story is we as realtors, we try to help the sellers. When we list the house, we say, okay, this is what's been happening. This is what I think is the best thing for us to do. It's kind of like, I said to the one guy that I listed a few properties from one guy back in early March, and exactly what I said happened, right? List for this, you're going to get showings, you're going to get that, and it happened on on 2 of his properties. I'm a hero, right? Yeah. So I said to him, I says, real estate is a little bit like a breakaway in hockey. If you got a breakaway and you score, you're a hero. Right. You get a breakaway and you don't score, you're a bum, right? So
miss the open net.
Yeah. So it's almost like sometimes that what you think is going to happen, you look at, this happened with my last 5 listings. Well, it's going to happen with this one. You do exactly the same thing and it doesn't happen. No offers. Now you got to call the guy, say, sorry, man, we have no offers. And I always call it, now we got to go back to the old-fashioned way of real estate where this
haven't done it this way. What do we do again?
And it's so crazy because people have gotten so used to it. I have people say to me now, it's almost like, I saw this listing, is it still available? Yeah, it is. Well, when are you holding? Well, no, we're not holding offers. It's almost like they're not used. They're like, well, they don't know what to do. Yeah. I'm like, well, it's called old-fashioned real estate. Come look at it. You like it. We put an offer in, right? So what I would say to buyers, especially the frustrated buyers, be patient. Don't do something you don't want to do. Don't bid a crazy amount of money for, if you're not feeling good about it, don't do it. And as a buyer, be patient. Use this time to maybe save a bigger down payment, get other debt paid off, get yourself in a better buying position. Right. If you're not able to be successful with some of these, do that. If you're a person that is, let's say, want to sell to buy something else, now's a great time to get your house ready. Use this time, get your house ready, pay off as much as you can on your current home with low interest rates. Do those kind of things. Don't panic. Like they always say, the cure for high prices is high prices. So you just have to kind of watch the market. If it's something you really like and it comes available, go in with your eyes wide open. Deal with a realtor that you can trust that will help you, guide you through these times. Right. And don't get all shook up if they are holding offers. Just be like, okay, whatever. That's the way it is. I'm going to go in with what I want to pay. If somebody wants to pay more, you just have to be, now more than ever, you have to just keep your mind focused on, okay, I want to buy a house, right, but I'm not going to just pay whatever it takes and then have this buyer's remorse later saying, oh my God, right? So
what's the most offers you've heard somebody put in and fail? Do you have some clients that have put in multiple offers on properties and just, or can you tell me that?
I think I've heard certainly 8 or 10 times.
Oh, that's got to be frustrating.
Well, it is. It really is. It's frustrating for both the buyer and the agent because, you feel bad for the person.
Yeah. I feel bad for the husband. That's who I feel bad for because I know at my house, my wife would be beside herself. Yeah. She thinks she's got her house and made the offer. Didn't get it. Okay, we'll get the next one.
I hear you, and it is tough. You have to try to just tell the people, if I always say to buyers, if it's meant to be, it'll happen, and if it's not meant to be, and there's maybe underlying reason, something why you didn't get it, you just have to try to think that way. It's easy for me to say, right?
It'll be the next one, right? So good information there. Hopefully that helps people with the market and how it's shaping up right now. Speaking of the market, a couple of listings that we'll get to today.
Yes, we have a couple new ones.
All right, stay tuned. We'll get to those coming up next here at 99.1 FM CKXS. It's the All About Real Estate show brought to you by Riverside Realty. 99.1 CKXS. We're back with the All About Real Estate show. We're talking to Pete Allaer from Riverside Realty. Before we get into the listings, we talked a little bit about the current market and where we stand. So what do you see coming? What do you see happening with the real estate market in this area in the next 3, 4, 6 months ahead?
Okay, so you're going to put me on the spot here with
Yes.
that. Well, I don't think moving forward, I don't think it's going to be quite as crazy as we've seen in the first quarter. So I'd say it might be a little more stable. I don't see, I certainly can't see any signs of the values dropping. I look towards the east, so I start looking in Toronto, and then I kind of see how things move, because the wave always starts, we'll call it in Toronto. It starts in Toronto, and it's sort of the wave ends up hitting us. This high price wave started, 3-4 years ago in Toronto, and it took that long to get to us. Moving forward, if you say, well, there's, people ask me all the time, oh, is this a bubble? Is the bubble going to burst?
Right.
When is it going to burst? Are we coming? Is there going to be a huge correction? I mean, there's certain things within the market that will show you if this is going to happen. At this point, there's nothing really showing us. I mean, interest rates would be one big thing. I mean, so, and there seems to be some mixed messaging with interest rates. Sometimes you hear in the news that, rates are going to stay stable for the foreseeable future. Then all of a sudden the next day you hear, inflation and,
Right.
interest rates could be climbing. So I'd say you got to watch interest rates very closely. And then you also got to kind of watch what's happening in the cities. I mean, I think it is softening slightly in the cities. So it'll, if somebody, what I always say is if someone has a house in Toronto and it's worth $1.2 million, they sell that house, they move to Kitchener and buy one for $900. Then that person sells that one and goes to London for $650, and that London person comes here and buys one for $300. Well, if the Toronto guy can't get one too, and he can only get $900, he's not moving to Kitchener.
Right.
And the Kitchener guys, you know what I mean? So it's a domino. So at this point, they're still coming in for sure, but it's not quite as I don't think it's quite as frantic as it was. But I would say that I don't see any major slowdown in the next, call it the rest of the year.
Yep.
I don't see any major slowdown. I see a little more supply coming on the market. I think interest rates are probably reasonably stable for at least the 2021 market. I do still say it's an awesome time to sell your house. I don't think we're going to see the graph as steep as what we have seen.
Right.
I think we still will see some more moderate gain, but I don't think it's going to be like it has been. So, I've always said the beauty of a town like Wallaceburg or Chatham-Kent in general, we do have more stable real estate, right? We don't have the big ups and downs like some of the cities. So hopefully that'll continue, that if it did slow, it more flattens a little more rather than just drop. So we are still cheaper than everywhere else. We are still like replacement cost kind of. We're not, we're in that replacement cost values. We're not, you can't replace a house for $400 and get $800 for
Right.
it, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So I think stability is probably a prediction that should be reasonably accurate.
Good for the rest of the year.
I hope so.
Let's get to the listings because, most importantly, I want to make sure that my house isn't listed. So another week that I sneak by.
Yes.
Nice.
Hold on.
Good to
Is
know.
it on? No.
Good.
I don't
Going
have
back
it.
home. Going back home after work today.
Yeah.
It's good. What do you got? What do you got for listings this
So
week?
we had a couple of new listings here. We've got a couple in town. We got 596 Wallace Street, a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with a basement at price at $249,900. We have one over on Dufferin Ave, 1026 Dufferin Ave, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, also $249,900. Both brick homes, I believe, with basements. We've got one in Chatham. It's last week we talked about rental properties. This one is a great rental property because it is vacant and someone can do whatever they like with it. They can either buy it as a rental or buy it and fix it up and flip it, or they could buy it to move in. That's at 32 Foster Street in Chatham. And then a couple other ones I wanted to mention. We still have the one available on the Parkway, St. Clair Parkway, just south of the village, Port Lambton there.
Beautiful house, right?
Really nice. 4464 St. Clair Parkway. And I also have a listing, we've had it now for a couple of weeks, at 490 Wallace Street. It's just across here, the old church on the, so that would make us super cool. Somebody needs to buy that and put in a brew pub or something like that. I think that would be a really good, like, 99.1, we'll call it the 99.1 Sydenham Suds brew pub. How's that?
I am with you 100% because I can work it this way. Honey, I'm going to be a little bit late after work today. I'm going to church.
Yes.
So I got a couple of things to take care of there.
Yeah, you got to stop over at the other branch and just make sure the pipes are still flowing.
I like it. All right, so those are some of the listings they've got for you today at Riverside Realty. For more details, they can check you out online or give you a call.
Yeah, riverside.com online. You can find all the information, all our listings, all our great team that we have over at Riverside, and reach out by cell phone or text or look up all their cell numbers. I'm sure if you haven't dealt with anyone at our office, you'll be pleased to deal with. We have tons of experience, and they're all great people. So riverside.com, best place to go.
All right, thanks a lot. He's Pete Allaer today on the All About Real Estate show right here at CKXS.